What's going on, YouTubers? Today's video is going to be about the April's update for Gears of War 4. I'm going to explain to you guys all the big changes that has happened for this update. Now, the first big change I want to talk about is the Gnasher Shotgun. As you can see in this picture, it says close range damage falls out 25% faster. Why would Collision do that? I think they basically did this because to make the shotgun much harder to use for competitive reasons. I think they felt like a lot of pro players have mastered the Gnasher and figured out many ways to, take on opponents. And at the same time, I feel like they're helping casual players understand the game more better. Which, in my opinion, I don't know if I agree with all that. I don't mind the Gnasher's weaker, but I don't think Gears of War should allow players to have a much more casual gameplay. That's just not my opinion. Gears of War has always been a very hard game to understand, and it's always been very competitive. I understand, social gameplay for this to happen, but for competitive reasons, I don't know. But it's not always a bad, thing. Now, once again, in this picture, you can see that active reload effect time decreased to 5 seconds, and it was 8 seconds. And active reload cooltime increased to 11 seconds. So basically, Coalition is trying to make the shotgun much harder once again, and they're trying to make active reload not as overpowered as it used to be. It changes the gameplay a lot, you really think about it, because in Gears of War 4, you can active reload almost as much as you want, instead of just shooting around and then you have to reload for the active reload. Now in this one game, you don't have to do that, but I think they feel like because of how overpowered good players can, strategize and master how to use it, I think they feel like they should make it much longer for players to use. Instead of you constantly active reloading, and then when the opponent's coming towards you, you just have the bigger advantage because you active reload the Gnasher Shotgun. But I don't mind that change. But the close range damage falls up by 25%. I don't know how I feel about that, but honestly, I think a lot of people will agree that this change is for the better good.
Now, the next big update they added for the April update is the Lancer. Now, if you guys noticed, they increased 5% damage, which surprisingly they did, and they decreased 10% on the headshot. So that's pretty weird they added that too. Also, the magazine capacity is 40 instead of 50. Now, the highest you could carry ammo on your Lancer is now 400 instead of 500. Now, many people are probably confused they added this, but because Gears of War 4 has the highest damage per second of all Gears of Wars, I think they felt like the Lancer was just too overpowered, and they felt like they should balance it in a better way. So that's gonna give players more opportunity to use a Lancer in a certain way. Like, do I really want to use a Lancer? But then again, the Lancer's gotta take out much more ammo, and not only that, it's more important for you guys to pick up Lancer ammo from your opponents now than ever, because you're gonna lose ammo much more faster, and the Lancer just becomes a bigger role. At least they increased 5 damage on the Lancer, 5% damage. I'm sorry. At least they did that, but they decreased by 10% in the headshot. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. It's still going to do a lot more damage when you're aiming at the head, but they reduced it, obviously, for certain reasons. I guess they felt like it's just too overpowered, and many players kept complaining about it. But I think I like this change. I think it's a good way to go for the Lancer. I don't know if a lot of people agree, but I think that as long as they made the game still more competitive and much more hard to use weapons, I still like it, and I feel like it's showing the competitive roots towards Gears of War. But that's just my opinion, guys. Now, the next big update they added is the Hammer Burst. They made it much stronger at longer range and has a higher percentage towards headshots and regular damage, so that's surprisingly. But unfortunately, guys, I can't really provide and show you the charts because it's not letting me put the snapping tool into Sony Vegas video. I have no idea why it's not letting me do it. It's letting me do it for the Lancer and the shotgun, but not for the Hammer Burst for some reason. So guys, I'm just going to tell you that right here. The damage has decreased by 8% and the headshot damage has decreased by 3%, which is really, a huge change. And stopping power per bullet is by 33%. So that's just going to, the Hammer Burst is going to be a much more better weapon to use. Not only that, at close range, it's decreased by 60%. So you're not going to do that much damage at close range. So you have to be forced to get ready to switch your weapons over the Hammer Burst if somebody's charging you with the shotgun. Not only that, medium range stopping power is increased by 7%. And stopping power from long range is increased by 400%. So yes, guys, you can see that Hammer Burst has a huge change, and it's going to play even a bigger role for long range engagement.
And the recoil is increased by 25%, so the follow-up shots are just going to be much more accurate. So the Hammerburst is just a beast now, in my opinion. I still think the Lance is still more superior, but a Hammerburst is a pretty good way to go now. And the last very thing I want to talk to you guys is that for Buzzkill, they actually add more ammo, so they increased by 15. So the Buzzkill basically has a bigger magazine, and the Retro Lancer is much weaker. They decreased damage by 5%. Oh yeah, I guess they needed it, but yeah, that's true. The Retro Lancer is pretty goddamn strong and it downs people so fast, so I guess they felt like they had to nerf it, even though it's still a very powerful assault rifle since Gears of War 3. But that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying the April update. If you guys enjoy it, just please comment below and let me know what's your opinion on this. But anyway, that's it, guys. Bye-bye.